Welcome back. Now, just a quick question. Do you have a hidden talent or a show-stopping party trick? Do you want to share your talent with us?
If you do, then we'd like to hear from you for your chance to flaunt your forte live on This Morning. Send us a short video of your talent. Can't wait for those. To find out how, head to itv.com/This Morning.
Now, what do you get when you take one Stephen Mangan and one Tamsin Greig and everyone's favourite friend?
Hello? Who's the only one in this room who slept with you?
I drove a truck one summer. Loved it.
You mean that ice cream truck?
Douchebag.
Oh, olives.
You guys are freaking me out.
How could your wife leave you?
I cheated on her. Oh!
I'm great.
Don't do this. You know it's only gonna bite you in the ass.
What?
She bit you in the ass a little bit.
Oh! Just excuse me for a moment.
And Tamsin and Stephen are here with us now, and it's the final on this Friday, final episode.
It's this Friday. It's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, so we know that, we'll talk about Matt in a moment, because he was here only a few weeks ago, and the affair, this one-night stand that you had, blew the marriage apart in the end of the first run, and then all the way through we've been wondering whether or not you're going to get back together again. And on Friday there is an awards ceremony, and you turn up with your new boyfriend.
Yeah, I've got a new boyfriend.
How could you?
Well, because he's taller than you.
It's just I'm so upset. I can't believe she did that to me.
Yeah, but
Why did you do that to
you
me?
said go.
We had a great marriage.
I love the fact that we're actually now improvising.
I love it too. It's like watching the telly.
Oh, I was so
Isn't it?
upset when I read that you and Matt slept together. It really upset me. But, you know, it's not real, so I've got to get over it.
It's because he didn't get to sleep with him.
Well, you do have this really quite unhealthy interest in what he was like to kiss, though, don't they?
Yeah, every interview that I do, which is actually a very clever way that you've done it.
If you
here.
didn't, I was going to ask the same thing. Was it amazing?
Every single interview, everybody wants to know, and you've done it sideways by saying, isn't it funny everyone else wants to know?
Yes.
I don't want to know. Every man also wants to know, what was it like to kiss him?
I don't.
And yes, you do. As long as it wasn't as good as you, is basically what he's thinking.
Who was better?
So I said to one journalist, what is this? Why is nobody rushing in there saying, what was it like to kiss Tamsin Greig? And so, as a joke, and so one journalist did go into him and say, I do have to ask, what was it like to kiss Tamsin Greig? And he said, without thinking, surprisingly sexy.
Nice.
Good.
That's good, though.
Funny.
You
It's
don't think
good.
bad.
Funny and clever, but
Yeah.
a bit rude. That sums him up.
Well, the serious bit about it is that with the series where we are now, coming to the end of series 2, that if you guys, because you didn't want to go there in the first place to Los Angeles, you've taken the series over, youth, great opportunity, and now the roles have reversed a little bit, because you know that if you both come back, your marriage is over. So you really are staying there to try and keep love alive. Would that be a fair assessment?
Yeah, we have to be there because we're contractually obliged, basically. The show is on the air, so we have to write it. And I think Tamsin's character is happy about that, because it means there's a chance we might get back together, and I'm just totally confused, don't know what's going on.
It must be great for both of you, because you've worked together for a long, with Green Wing and everything else, and you've known each other for such a long time, and seeing you together, you obviously get on very well, and that must help a lot, particularly when you're sort of doing those marriage things together, and the relationship between you both.
Yeah, I think that, well, Green Room was an incredible experience, because it would never happen now. We had 3 months of rehearsal and workshop time, which you don't get in television now. And so we had a lot of time just being in an underground room, just mucking about, being stupid and getting paid for it. And then you do a show like this, and all of that work is already done.
Yes.
So...
Yeah, it's nice to meet some, play husband and wife where you haven't just met the person for the first time, and they go, this is Sally, you've been married for 12 years, action, so we actually know each other.
Well, it said that Matt came in here 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it was interesting because it was this that brought him back from the ranch, really, wasn't it? He said here, so we're not talking out of turn, I didn't want to do anything, and I was on an extended sabbatical, so I don't want to do anything, and what about this? And I don't want to do it, I come back in 5 years, and it was this that brought him back. Did you know that? I mean, I'm sure you would.
Yes, we did, and I you know, they earned a fair amount on Friends, enough to keep them comfortable. And I suppose if you've been on a show that big and successful, you want to do something good to follow it up. I mean, and I think Matt just enjoyed doing nothing. You know, he frankly, that was okay for him. But the fact that David and Jeffrey have written our show, David, one of the creators of Friends, and knows Matt so well, I think Matt really trusted him, because he's taken a bit of a risk because he's playing himself, and it's not really himself, it's an altered version of himself, but some people will think, oh, he might actually be like that.
But it's so brilliant that he does it, actually.
Yeah.
Because it kind of
It's
turns
really
the whole thing on
bold,
its head. It
isn't
really
it?
is,
And
I think
it plays
so.
with that whole thing about who do you think Matt LeBlanc is, you know, and everybody wants to know, because Friends was such a phenomenon, it's all a part of everybody's lives. And you kind of know who Joey is, so you think, well, I must know who Matt is.
Yeah.
And so now he's playing with another level. It's like, well, at the end of it, you still don't know.
And it works on both sides of the pond. And am I right, I think it's got American writers, and then you film the majority of it here, and obviously with you two sort of at the helm of it, it's almost got the best of everything, I think, because I think the thing that's special about it is that British sense of humour, and it's what you two bring.
And what's amazing is that they're American writers.
Yeah, I know.
They're American writers writing for British voices. You know, it says so much about what the calibre of writing.
Absolutely.
And is there a third?
Don't know.
You've actually was reading what you said about this. You've threatened violence if you don't get a third series.
Well, I like to threaten violence about everything. I find it helps me get my
That's
own
why
way.
I work with him.
you said if you don't get another one, you're actually going to smash up the BBC.
Yeah,
That's what you said.
I think, yeah. So watch out, BBC. From my, you know, we're in it, we're biased, but I think it's such a smartly written piece of work, and it's a very clever and popular show. So you'd hope it would come back. Yeah.
And I've got to ask you, on behalf of my son, are you going to be Postman Pat?
I am in the movie.
But you won't be threatening any violence there, because
No,
that just
not
wouldn't go
Postman
down
Pat.
too
Just
well.
delivering letters, Mum. The animated 3D animated
look.
Postman Pat the
So
movie.
do they do the dots thing on you?
No, I'm not going to do live motion capture.
Okay,
I
that's
just
it,
do
the
the
dots
voice.
thing.
But I have to,
That's brilliant.
but I have to sing, which is a worry. 'Cause,
Do you?
Well, he's supposed to have a
Early in the
jaw-droppingly amazing voice. I have a voice. I don't know if
Postman Pat is supposed to have a jaw-droppingly...
in the film, he enters a talent competition, and his voice, it's a bit like Subo, when he sings, the world stops,
Really?
and everyone goes, it's incredible. And I keep telling them that I can't do that, but they're insisting that I sing, so we'll see.
And can I also congratulate you on your pregnancy?
Thank you. Yes, I'm currently giving birth every night at the Royal Court.
Yes, and your wife is also
Oh my
in another
goodness,
play,
look at that.
is pregnant as well.
My
So
wife, there we go. My wife is also playing, my wife's 4 months pregnant, I'm 9 months pregnant, so... But we must be the first acting couple in history to be pregnant at the same time.
So, and this is called Birthday, the Royal Court.
Birthday,
That's what,
yeah, we
that's
just
what you
opened
do.
last week, and I give birth every night on stage.
And you're back at the... Oh, go on.
It's got to be painful.
Well, yeah, it is. Trust me.
It's a
It is.
caesarean,
Well,
obviously.
every night. I mean,
I know, but I mean...
once or twice,
For a
every
bloke.
night.
No, it is a caesarean.
Of course,
because I'm going
yeah.
to say, that was a tiny hole.
Yeah, no, really.
It was disconcerting. I went to the press night and saw, you know, more of him than I've ever seen before. And also, I did notice these little man boobs.
They weren't that little.
They're not
Pretty
little.
big.
They're quite. And I thought I'm sure I haven't seen those. You know, you feel something when you're having a little kiss. But those are definitely new. But then it's
looks
unbelievable.
incredible, the
It's
picture.
incredible.
And you're in Jumpy. Is this starting? Because have you started?
We're
it?
re-rehearsing it. Yes,
Right.
it's transferring to the West End to the Duke of York's, and that was a show that we did at the Royal Court as well. And so yeah, I'm excited.
Good. Well, in the
Very
meantime, it's episodes. The final is on BBC Two on Friday at 10 o'clock.
Thank you both.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for my keys
You're welcome.
as well.
Yeah, well done. We haven't even got
Save
into
my
the
bacon.
bottom of that, of why you were holding Holly's keys in the first place.
It's for another day.
Deliberately
Another day.
losing her keys in cars. Oh no, not again.
Oops. Let's hope some handsome actor picks these up.
Right, we've got an appointment with Dr. Chris next. First